We talk college football 24/7, 365 here at Mark Rogers TV. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also check out my SEC content on SEC Breakdown, our Facebook page at Mark Rogers TV. Like us there, follow us on Twitter, and we will discuss and debate college football. We're ranking all the schedules. We've knocked out the first four. We arrive at number 64. So this is the worst, the easiest at 68 all the way to the toughest schedule in college football 2017. It's the easiest schedule in the Big Ten. It's right here. It belongs to the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Not an easy schedule, but it's the 64th toughest in America. So the Gophers have one non-conference date against a Power 5, and it's at Oregon State. It's not going to be an easy game. They slipped by the Beavers at home last year in a 1-2 score game. Now they've got to go on the road against an Oregon State team that's improving under Gary Anderson, and the ESPN Power Index has the Beavers at number 53. Surprisingly, Oregon State's at 53 in the ESPN Power Index, Minnesota at 55. Coming off a 9-4 campaign. Mitch Leidner and others, of course, are gone. Looking at Minnesota's slate in division, we know what it is. It's Wisconsin, Nebraska, and the rest of the Big Ten Western Division. Okay, who do they play in the East? And if you want to understand my breakdown of these schedules, check out the introductory video. I let you know how I break it down. For the Golden Gophers, out of division, they actually have some tough games. This doesn't look like the 65th schedule. It is. Michigan on the road. They've got also a date against Michigan State. What is Sparty going to do this year? Is this 3-9 Sparty, or is this back to national prominence Sparty? Probably somewhere in between at 7-5-ish. Okay, also a date out of division against Maryland at home on September 30th, the Gophers' first Big Ten game. Middle Tennessee State is one to watch here, the 72nd ranked team in the country according to ESPN's Power Index. That will not be an easy one for the Gophers as well. So the out-of-conference is Buffalo at Oregon State. Middle Tennessee State is, of course, the Big Ten for the second year, is going to a 9-game conference season. Out of division, Michigan, Michigan State, and Maryland. Not brutal, no Penn State, Ohio State, but not a cakewalk. Not Rutgers, Maryland, Indiana either. The tough stretch is right at the end of the year for the Golden Gophers. And this is where it doesn't sound like the 65th best or toughest schedule in the country, but believe me, the other ones are just a shade tougher. And you've got to remember this. If you would go through this process, let's say the 50th schedule in the country isn't that far off of the 30th schedule in the country. 20 places in this scheduling process is pretty razor thin. There's not a whole lot of a distinction. But down the stretch, the Gophers have to deal with a game at Iowa, at Michigan, Nebraska, at Northwestern, and Wisconsin. Iowa, Michigan, Nebraska, Northwestern, Wisconsin in a row for Minnesota. Easiest schedule in the Big Ten, number 64 in college football, belongs to Minnesota and P.J. Fleck. Let's discuss and debate it right here at Mark Rogers TV. Follow me on Twitter at Mark Rogers TV. Like me on Facebook at Mark Rogers TV. And we always talk college football, so this is where you need to be.